What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. And this one we are back with Abhijit Chavda. Indian kings live like common people? Are you serious? I'm very interested in hearing this explanation because when you think of kings, you think, yeah, royalty. You think they live in like high and mighty above everybody. So you're not thinking of them living like common people. That's absolutely shocking. Before we dive in, if you have it to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is smash that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. See what we got here.
Geopolitical dubases. We have temples, universities, even coins and ruins of various things of our great emperors. But do we still have palaces of the Mauryan emperors or the Cholas or the Kushans or the Karkotas or the Guptas where they used to live? What a fascinating question geopolitical Dubey has asked. We have ruins in northern India of temples that date back thousands, at least clearly more than 2000 years. We have ruins of buildings that go back thousands of years. In the Saraswati Sindhu region, we have ruins of ancient cities that go back 5,000-6,000 years. But when it comes to the Mauryan era, which is 2,500 years before today, or the Kushan era, which is about 2,000 years before today, or the Gupta era, that is 1,500 years before today, or the Karkota era, which is about 1,300 years before today, roughly, or the Chola era, which is just 1,000 years ago. Where are the great palaces of these great kings?
Yes.
We have forts to some extent. We have a fort in, where is it, Bhatinda or something, which was built by Kanishka, but that's a fort, it's not a palace. A fort is not a palace. A fort is a fortified building with a garrison of soldiers inside and all those things.
So when you're talking like 5,000-6,000 years back, you got the ruins and you got those temples and everything, which are absolutely crazy that they stood the test of time, are still standing today. It's absolutely beautiful. That just goes out to the architecture, to the hard work, to the dedication, to the attention to detail. Way back then. But he's saying 2,500, 2015, 13, 1,000 years ago, we don't have what they lived in.
So first of all, Indians tend to conflate the two. A fort is a palace. No, forts are not palaces. So when it comes to the Mauryas, the capital was Patliputra, which is present-day Patna. And the ruins of Patliputra are kind of outside, in the vicinity of present-day Patna. There is no palace there. There is no palace. We know that some of the greatest emperors of our country, of our civilization, were the Mauryans. Chandragupta Maurya, Ashoka Maurya, etc. Why is there no palace there? The Kushans, where they also had an incredibly powerful empire. Kanishka, the greatest of the Kushans, his empire touched the shores of the Caspian Sea and the Aral Sea. It also included the entirety of present-day Xinjiang, Xing, whatever it's called in Chinese, and of course much of India. So such a powerful emperor who had two capitals. One was, I believe, Mathura, and one was Purushpur, which is present-day Peshawar. Where are the palaces? Where is Kanishka's palace? Why is there no palace? The Gupta emperors, they were some of the greatest emperors of all time. And their capital was Patliputra initially, and then later on it's somewhere else. Where was it? Mathura, was it? Somewhere else? But anyhow, there's no Gupta palace anywhere. The Karkotas, the Karkota dynasty was a short-lived dynasty based out of Srinagar. Where is the palace of Lalitaditya Muktapida?
There's no palaces for any of these places, which is absolutely wild, which is bonkers. No palaces for these kings and some of the greatest emperors in Indian history, from it sounds like what he's saying. No palaces. They really live like common people. They really didn't live in palaces. They really didn't live above the people. That's like absolutely mind-blowing, because when you think of emperors, you think of kings, you think of these big palaces. You think of these things.
One of the greatest conquerors of all time. He conquered much of Central Asia and Tibet. Where's his palace? Why is there no palace in Srinagar? There's a temple on a hill, on the Shankaracharya hill in Srinagar. There's no palace. I mean, we know that Turkic invaders wanted to destroy all the temples, and still the temples tend to stand to some extent. We still know where the ruins of the universities are. But where are the palaces? The Cholas. The Cholas conquered the whole of Southeast Asia all the way to the Philippines. Surely they would have had palaces. Where are the palaces? What I'm trying to tell you, my dear friends, is that Indian emperors and kings did not have palaces. Their duty, their Raj Dharma or Dharma itself, was to serve the nation, the civilization, and the people. It was not to amass wealth for themselves. They would typically have lived in reasonably humble abodes. Obviously, there'll be a lot of fortification, there'll be a lot of security, and when you
Yes.
receive foreign dignitaries and all, ambassadors and all, you have to have a certain amount of dignity and opulence.
Yes.
But still, they did not live in palaces. And this is something you see even in recent times. The Marathas had this enormous empire. They liberated India more or less from the Turks. Did they live in palaces? They had something called Shanivar Wada, which was a fortified encampment.
Okay.
It was not. There was no palace as such. It was not a.
So it was like their duty was to serve the people. It was not to amass wealth for themselves. It's the responsibility of taking care of the people. That was first and foremost. So no, they may have been comfortable. They may have lived comfortably, but they didn't live in palaces. They didn't amass great fortunes for themselves. Their first and foremost responsibility and duty was the people. And I guess they took that duty very seriously, and they didn't care about the big palaces, the giant castles, or the crazy. No, are the people okay? Right? Are we doing our best to give the people what they want and
Palace.
need?
There was obviously some element of luxury and all that, but it was not a palace. When it comes to the great Queen Ahalyabai Holkar, did she live in a palace? No, she lived in a modest house. That house still stands. So that's what I'm trying to
Wow.
tell you. Indian kings, no matter, and emperors, no matter how great and how powerful they were, they did not build opulent palaces and show that they were at a different level from the ordinary humans and all that.
Yeah.
Try to prove me wrong. Find me any evidence of Kushan palaces, Mauryan palaces, Chola palaces, Karkota palace, or whatever. You will not find any.
That's absolutely insane to think about. What do y'all think about that? That's one thing I did not know about Indian history. The kings and the emperors and the rulers didn't live like what you think kings, rulers, emperors would live like. No, they lived humbly. They lived comfortably, but it wasn't anything extravagant. It wasn't anything like you hear kings from other countries live in history lived like, and jewels and treasures all around them and the biggest of palaces and this and that. No, that wasn't the Indian emperors. They, like I said, first and foremost, their concern was the people. Are they serving the people? Yes, then they're doing their job. They're doing their responsibility. Even those who had some of the most successful rules, some of the most successful reigns, conquered all of South Asia or Southeast Asia, as he said. Still, no palaces. Let me know what you guys think. That's mind blowing. If you happen to enjoy that, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the next one. I'll see you guys next time.